Well, thus say Mr. Yahuwah. Again, show Miss Uncle Ted. All right. Me and Mitch were texting early this morning. He was talking about his Uncle Ted. I said, ain't your Uncle Ted, that's our Uncle Ted. Ain't that right?
That's right.
That's all our Uncle Ted. That's our uncle there, ain't it? So that old man valuable to us. Ain't that right? Definitely been a Barack. Definitely have been having him. Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. Listen to the book.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the Scriptures, might have hope.
That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see how we work this out. Barashit, they'll call it Genesis 1 and 12. We'll see how that work out. And Mr. Yahuwah see fit always. Listen to the book.
And the Arats brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind, and Elohim saw that it was ta'u. And the evening and the morning were the third yom. And Elohim said, let there be aor in the firmament of the Shamayim to divide the yom from the Layla, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for yamim and years, and let them be for aor in the firmament of the Shamayim to give aor upon the Arats. Yeah. And it was so. And Elohim made two great lights, the greater aor to rule the yom, and the lesser aor to rule the Layla. He made the Kukabim also. And Elohim set them in the firmament of the Shamayim to give aor upon the Arats.
Yes.
And to rule over the yom and over the Layla, and to divide the aor from the Cheshat. And Elohim saw that it was ta'u. And the evening and the morning were the fourth yom. And Elohim said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the Arats in the open firmament of Shamayim. And Elohim created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was ta'u. And Elohim barak them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the Arats. In the evening and the morning were the fifth yom. And Elohim said...
We'll jump down to verse 26. Then we'll go to chapter 2 and about verse 6. So this is Barashit, that they call Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26. Listen to the book.
And Elohim said, let us make each in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the Arats, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the Arats.
What happened?
So Elohim created each in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him, male and female created he them. And Elohim barak them, and Elohim said unto them, be fruitful and multiply.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's see at chapter 2, at verse 6. Listen to the book.
But there went up a mist from the Arats, and watered the whole face of the ground. And Yahuwah Elohim formed each of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living nephash.
Yes.
And Yahuwah Elohim planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the Ish whom he had formed.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the ground made Yahuwah Elohim to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and ta'ub for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of ta'ub and rash.
That's good. At verse 16. 2 and 16. Listen.
And Yahuwah Elohim commanded Adam, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat.
Yeah.
But of the tree of the knowledge of ta'ub and rash thou shalt not eat of it.
What happened?
For in the yom that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die.
Y'all hear that? And what happened?
And Yahuwah Elohim said, it is not ta'ub that the Ish should be alone.
What are they going to do?
I will make him an help meet for him. And out of the ground Yahuwah Elohim formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof.
Did I hear that? You know, what's good about when you keep reading to it, give you a different idea. I guess kind of what they call chapter 1, kind of more or less kind of give you a little commentary of kind of what kind of went happened, how he did things. When we kind of go to chapter 2, as they call it chapter 2, you kind of get a little fill in the blank. Because listen at chapter 1, it looked like he formed the woman and the east at the same time. It would seem he did both at the same time, but we clearly know that he did form the man first. Then he formed the woman from the man. But you wouldn't know that from reading the first part of it, would you? Y'all all right? It's statements that he made that I'm just kind of curious about as we listen, as we kind of just continue to kind of keep reading. Let's see what happened. At chapter 3 and 1. Chapter 3 of this same book, Barashit. We're kind of going through, but some kind of way, Mr. Ulsi, we'll fill in the blanks. Listen to the book.
Now the Nachash was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahuwah Elohim had made.
What happened?
And he said unto the Ashah, Yea, hath Elohim said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
Yeah.
And the Ashah said unto the Nachash, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
You know what? But see, again, from reading, we would have never known that the woman had that information, would we? Would we have known that from just reading the earlier part? We knew what the man was told. We didn't even know they weren't even supposed to touch it. Did y'all know that? That's not some information. We didn't know that until she told us. We were clearly told the man, every one of those trees he could eat, but this tree, the day you eat of it, you're going to surely die. So you see preventive measure being put in already? Let's not even touch it. Y'all got what I'm saying? Let's see something right quick. Pick me up at the book of Colossians chapter 2. Let's see if that's 2 and 7. Let me just jump down through him for a minute. Colossians 2. Don't spell it right, don't worry about it. Ain't no sin. I'd be more concerned about the Arab reading than I do about the English. It's hypocritical anyway. Listen to the book.
Rooted and built up in him.
See that? Rooted and?
Built up in him.
How do you get rooted? Who knows? Got to be planted. That's amazing. That's amazing. Because you know, he also planted too. That's what he did with the gun. It didn't just get there. He had to plant one. So now we understand the same thing. Rooted and built up in him. What happened?
And established in the Amunah.
See that? Established in the Amunah. Listen.
As ye have been taught, abounding therein with Tudah.
So you see what? Now he said, as you have been taught. We learned about that even with our law, the Torah. The Torah was real particular about making sure that the Abbas teach. Who was it again? And what were they supposed to do? And they were supposed to teach another Tuledah, another generation. So it continued. Even the cycle of trees. See, this is a taught behavior. You know, predators, when they have babies, they teach their babies how to be predators. Like white racists. They teach their kids how to, that's the same way. They'll get their kid, they'll give them a little small costume. They'll say, see, that's a nigger right there, see? You don't mess with nigger. Niggers are animals and filthy. And this kid will grow up and they'll teach it their kid. That's how the cycle never stops. You say, those old clan are dead. No, they're not. They're still living. Because they're doing the same thing. They got it from your book. If in order for it to keep going and keep cycling, you got to teach it. Just like a tree. It's going to do the same thing. When it plants seed, that tree has something, that other tree got something to mimic. Y'all all right? Y'all know that? It always got something to mimic, so the cycle never stops. Y'all got it? Same thing we do with sin. The cycle had never stopped. You learned it from your fathers. And their fathers taught them. You see what I'm saying? Now we're trying to come and become a new creation. He see the cycle of work. It's just got to get the people the right information to teach. Y'all got it? It's got to be winning. When he told you about the tree, you know what he talking about? The seed.
In itself.
In itself. See, it got to start with us. Got to start from the inside. Anytime you're going to fix something, you're going to fix it from the inside. You know what we'll do? I feel ugly. I feel terrible. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to buy me a new outfit. So you telling me something I'm going to put on my outward flesh is going to make my inward flesh feel better. I feel worthless. I feel cheap. I feel disgusting. I'm going to go buy me something nice. I'm going to go buy me a ring and a bracelet. That's going to actually change the inner man? I'm about to fix the inner man. I'm about to fix the man. So what happened when I lose the bracelet and the ring? What happened when I take the clothes off? I'm going to be right back to where I started. Y'all all right? Okay, let's finish this up. I had something I want to get. We kind of hit here. I just listen. Listen for a second. Listen.
Beware lest any each spoil you through philosophy.
What you think happened when the Nephite, the serpent that they'll call it, actually sat down and told you won't surely die? That was philosophy. That was philosophy. You let people sway you and convince you away from what you're supposed to do. We've always been a creature of habit like that. We've been a creature of habit that we're quick to forget, or we're easily to come under the influence of something. Y'all know that? So you would see why he would tell us wine was a marker. Strong drink, what was it? Raging. Whosoever deceived thereby is, what was it? Not wise. So what has to happen to get us to become wise? Be Yahuwah. Stay sober. Knowledge. 5 and 14, Ephesians. None of y'all saying them wrong. We'll finish up. I need some coffee, y'all get it. I don't know how to bend my feet, but I'm going to work. Every time I'm going to work out my own salvation with fear and trembling. This is the 5th chapter of the book of Ephesians, 5 and 14. Listen to the book.
Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach shall give thee hour.
So I want to, you know what, though? You know what happened with Adam in order for the creation of Ka'ur to come? Who remember? He fell asleep. Same thing. Unconscious state. When you're under influence, you know that's the same thing? Have you ever been a person or known a person that did something they were drunk and they didn't remember it? Anybody know people like that? They were in an unconscious state. But some people made excuse. Some people actually literally just didn't remember it. It was funny to them. Because it's like, I did that for real? Wow. Because it was an unconscious, you were under influence, you were in an unconscious state. So it only makes sense that he would tell us to awake thou that
Sleepest.
Sleeping.
And arise from the dead.
And what's going to happen?
And Mashiach shall give thee hour.
How you want me to do then?
See then that you walk circumspectly.
Not as what?
Not as fools.
But as what?
But as wise.
Doing what?
Redeeming the time.
Tell me what happened.
Because the Yamim are evil.
So he should have been knowledgeable about this. When he got up after the creation of Ka'ur, he should have been wise. He should have been wise. He should have been wise. So what opportunity to see that? A little slumbering, a little sleep, you'll wake up in poverty. What you think happened when you going from a festive, an abundant garden to thorns and thistles? Look at where you're at now versus where we started and what we had. So now we got to look at the book of taught us in the 13th chapter of the book of Romans, and by what, 13:11, but now is our salvation nearer than when we first believed, right? The labor is far spent, the doom is at hand. Let us therefore cast off, what was again? Cast off the works of darkness and put on the what? So we know about armor, don't we? We know about armor, don't we? So we got to put off the ideals. We got to put out all the factions that work to cause us to commit sin. You got to put them off simply because time is a factor. You know what happened with Ka'ur and what Adam? Only thing messed him up when he came, it wasn't time for them. It wasn't time. He come at a bad time. You ever had somebody come before and come to your door? You say, oh, shit. You're like, goodness, they here already. You know what I'm saying? You were trying to get away. You know, because it kind of crept up on you. So he wanted us to be a people to be more conscious that when he came, you be ready. That was the purpose of putting somebody here. We talked about before in Kabaku, I was standing upon my, and he set me where? On a tower. And I'm looking to see what I will win. I can't afford to be set. I can't afford to get caught up in the other different things that's going to pull me from what he set me to do, right? A lot of times we will. Relationships, children, responsibility, commitment, whether credit cards or car payments or home. A lot of stuff will keep you, it'll stop you from watching. It'll stop you from watching. It really will. You know, people fly all over the world to go to England to watch the security that the Queen have. You know what they know? The tour of stuff was saying. You stand, you watching. Whoa, whoa. It don't matter what you do. They try. You know what? Stay on post. Don't let that distract you. People take pictures of them. I just want to see them. People. That's what people want to do. It's like, why are you messing with them if they watching? I just want to see they'll move. Whoa. People will stop doing what they're doing to work. And I know they got to be thinking, why don't you move on? I'm trying to look out for that. And you sitting here messing with me. And people don't see how important it is. People are comfortable, and people will spend money and time just to see you get off. Yep. Right. Yep. They're trained to let nothing deflect, nothing cause them to deflect or deflect everything and stay conscious of what the job is. But we're not that type of people. So we got to be trained. We got to be taught how to do this. Y'all got it? Listen to the book.
Continuing in Ephesians?
Yeah.
Redeeming the time because the Yamim are Rasha.
You know what you're doing? So now what I got to do? Redeem the time because the days are. That means I got to make up for something. I got to make up for something. I got to make up for loss. I got to make up for loss. You know who else we learned that from? Who can we use that did that? Who can we use that we think of? It's kind of out there for. I don't know who y'all think about. Who? Who? Jonah. What was he told originally? Go where? No. I know I heard this over here. Don't try to carry a little. Then he looked at Keisha just get on the sick list. She on the sick and shut in. He told me, Keisha, you want to be quiet over here. Keisha was on the sick and shut in list. No, I heard somebody said he went to Tarshish. He was told to go to Nineveh. Oh, that was him. That's what I'm saying. Throw him under the bus. There you go. Start speaking Japanese. I thought he was from here. He said, I'm not even from here. Where else can y'all go and people do this? Carrie throwed it on Keisha, who just got the sick and shut-in list. Then he pointed out Hachikashi, and Hachikashi started speaking Japanese. Only here this can happen. Unscripted. But the thing is, from what he was originally told, was to go to Nineveh, and he was supposed to cry to Nineveh and tell him, 40 I mean. You know what he going to do in 40 I mean? Destroy the city. But Jonah decided he going to take a ship and go to Tarshish, which is going to take him back to Lebanon. They don't tell her that. They told her, that's in Lebanon. Y'all do that, right? He went to Lebanon because he's from Lebanon. You're from Lebanon. All this is your region. Let me tell you something. Lebanon today is one of the most unstable countries out here. Yeah. They never tell you this on the news. Listen, it is very unstable. It is. They keep talking about Syria. Shit, Lebanon been in a mess for years. I'm talking about years before a lot of y'all even born. Because they belong to us. He told them from that great sea. From the Yam. He said, all the way over to this, from what, Nahar. He said, all this is yours. Lebanon is not our border, that we go into Lebanon. That's right. So he did what any person would do, take me home. He took a ship, he was going home. But yet he was told he had to go to Nineveh. You know why? Because the 40 Yamim, he was going to destroy it. So you got to go with, okay, let me see what happened. He went the wrong way. Got out here, must have caught the duck. Must have been on that duck ship. That right there why I ain't messing with him. Duck, that thing was duck, because he wound up throwing him over. He got dunked, so it was a duck. And wound up a storm coming up, and the man wound up having to get to a point that even he had to realize, throw me overboard. Y'all all right? It was a consensus. You know what everybody else was doing? Calling who? I wonder if that what they were doing when Yahushua was on the tube. Everybody was calling on their own gods. Anyway, he wound up getting thrown overboard too. You know how they say you just going to throw a nigga over like that, huh? That's the term we'll use, isn't it? We wind up just throwing him over to him, delivering him over to him. Same concept. Got it? So with him getting thrown down here and getting in a whale belly, and he's sitting down here, and you know what happened? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Do you understand that man stayed down there for 3 days and 3 nights later? Meaning, when Yahuwah finally pricked the well, that the well threw him up on board. You know what he had to do? Redeem the time. And when he fell in the city, you know what he told them? What do y'all mean? You already knew how much time was going to take to procrastinate. He knew time catching up with him. The night far spent. Guess what happened? The day was at hand. He had to cast that well off. That was dark because he couldn't see no light. Y'all hear that? And he had to get on the arm of light. He had to roll to get back and to get it when he fell in the city. But it worked better. Come on, if he had the time he had, no doubt he got in there and started shooting the shit. What's up, nigga? Chilling, man. What's up, man? Shit, nigga, I got a little time anyway. I got about 3 more days. You know what I'm saying? 2.5 more days. Kicked and you're paid. But when he got up from his situation, wasn't no time to play. That's right. He fell in the city and rolled in there. When he fell in the city, you know what he had to tell him? Listen, and crying out. At that point, it's late. That's right. He gonna, I know in 20 more minutes, I'm late. Listen, not late. I got to make sure I get this mess out on time at that point. I wasted a lot of time doing stuff. That's the kind of mindset we got to get. When you really look at how much time you wasted, you got to be stopped and been a procrastinator. And you've been on the edge. Even when all y'all who came down, he talked to the people when he came down and talked to the prophets of Baal and Yasharal. You know what he asked them? How long you going to halt between two opinions? That's right. The people have been on the fence for a long time. Y'all don't waste a lot of time. Hold on. Jesus or Yahusha? Which one? How long are you going to halt between two opinions? That's right. That's right. Y'all don't waste a lot of time. That's like you don't waste a lot of time. A lot of time being wasted. So now that's what we're looking at. We're trying to redeem the time. He told when we wake up, and you know he had to walk. That's what I did. Not willing to take risks. He wasn't going to follow that sit and play around there. I can't take no more risk. Risk got me where I wasted a lot of time. That's right. Y'all got it? Exactly right. You said the difference when you hear that, you know, walk circumspect. We don't heard that for years. But when you don't know what words mean, what was your actual analogy? Well, there's got to be probably walk up straight. We said not willing to take risk. Is that a risk? Is that something that could cost you your soul and detriment? Why would you do it? Especially when you're behind. Huh? I'm reminded when my teacher used to tell me, Mr. Smith, I wouldn't have a problem with you playing in my class if you got me my work. You know what I'm saying? You look and you think, you say, so you saying I could do this if I had my work. And you know what I find? If you were doing my work, you wouldn't have the time. That's right. Convince you anything. You know what? I'll show the ass. I'll do my work. And guess what you'll find out? You don't have time. You don't have time. You see the difference? See, but you got to be crafty if you're going to be able to get people convinced of that. My mind was thinking, well, if I did it, then they just sat there on mountain. They wouldn't mind. But if you did it, you wouldn't have time. I had time to do everything I was doing in class because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. The only reason you got time to do other stuff because you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. I'm talking about things where there's risk. There are things where your soul can be hampered. Isn't that right? Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's going to take everything you got to keep up. This is an advanced class. When I'm talking about advanced class, not this literal class, but on what we're doing for our salvation. It's advanced. That's right. It's advanced. If you're going to keep up and you don't want to be the dummy in the class, you're going to have to keep up. Yep. And you got to make sure you get all the information. You want to spend in study time. Y'all got me? You got to listen. It's some class, it puts so much on you, some people have to give up sports. Sometimes in order to get, you got some people, listen, they can cruise their way through stuff and don't even study. You got some people can cram. You got some people, they're going to study their ass out to get what they got. Before they go in, they're going to have to read some notes, go back over some stuff, refresh. They're trying to make sure I got it. Just going back over. And some people have to do that in order for them to keep up. Whatever it takes for you to keep up, to make sure you get it, you do it. Isn't that right? Because some of us, we can't afford no extracurricular activity. Some people say, I'm trying to find something extra to do. If you ain't doing what you need to do, don't do nothing else extra. That's right. Get the main source done first, making sure you're keeping up. Right. Y'all got it? Right. Now, he done told you to see then that you walk circumspect, unwilling to take risk, not in food, but why? Redeem the time. He said, because you're looking at the means of evil. Listen to what he told you to do.
Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahusha is.
So what we going to find out about Ka'ur with the fact that she was convinced to sit and take of the tree? Unwise. Because why would she be unwise? What would happen when you're unwise? You're not understanding what the will of Yahuwah was. She didn't understand what it was. The fact that somebody could come along at 2 and 7 again in the book of Colossians. We were going one way, we might go another way, we might swing back, who knows? Listen to the book.
Rooted and built up in him.
What happened?
And established in the Amunah.
Listen.
As ye have been taught.
See that was the difference. And you know, the similarity, what he told them to do, if people have paid attention, I know you didn't because I just kind of let them hit the first chapter. He hit something I don't know, I just kind of let him keep reading. I said, well, jump down at 26. Come to 26, I heard something that should have sent you back to 12. They hear 12 again. Barashit 1 and 12. And they hear 120 and then 126. This is Barashit, they call Genesis, chapter 1, verse 12. Then he's going to read 26. 1 and 12, then 26. Listen to the book.
And the Arats brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind.
Whose what?
And the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself, after his kind.
What happened?
And Elohim saw that it was ta'u. In the evening and the morning with the third yom.
At 126. Listen.
And Elohim said, let us make each in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the Arats, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the Arats.
So what did he do?
So Elohim created each in his own image.
Yes.
In the image of Elohim created he him.
Yeah.
Male and female created he them.
What happened?
And Elohim barak them, and Elohim said unto them,
what could he possibly tell them?
Be fruitful and multiply.
You going to tell people that? He probably meant to tell that to the trees. He's telling them to be fruitful and multiply? That's what you tell trees. That's what you tell fruit. That's what you tell trees. You know that? That's what you tell plants. He just told that to people. To be fruitful and multiply, you tell that to trees. You tell that to plants. You tell that to grapes. Y'all all right? That's what they do. He just told that to people. Y'all all right? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Let's see again this Colossians 2. Maybe we'll take another turn now. Listen to the book.
Rooted and built up in him and established in the Amunah.
Who is he talking to? You telling people about rooted and built up. That's what you do. He meant to tell that to trees. Mm-hmm. You're going to tell me where your roots at. Where are your roots? How many of y'all in here got roots? So who is he talking to? He's talking to trees. Listen.
As ye have been taught, abounding therein with Tudah.
Listen.
Beware lest any east spoil you through philosophy
and
vain deceit.
After what?
The tradition of Anashim.
And what else?
After the rudiments of the Arats.
And not
after Mashiach.
Listen.
For in him dwelleth all the fullness of Elohim bodily.
Yeah.
And ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power.
Yeah.
In whom also...
I'll come back and I'll tell you about that too. And what happened?
In whom also ye are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands, in putting off the body of the sins of the flesh.
You see what he did? And putting off the body of the what?
Sins of the flesh.
At chapter 3. Barashit chapter 3. At verse 7. Barashit chapter 3, that they call Genesis. 3 and 7. Then give me 3 and 21. Let's see what I want. Let's see what happened.
And the eyes of them both were open.
And what did they know?
And they knew that they were naked.
And what did they do?
And they sewed fig leaves together.
Yeah.
And made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of Yahuwah Elohim walking in the garden in the cool of the Yom.
What happened?
And Adam and his Ashah hid themselves from the presence of Yahuwah Elohim amongst the trees of the garden.
What happened?
And Yahuwah Elohim called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid.
Listen.
Because I was naked, and I hid myself.
What did he ask him?
And he said, Who told thee that thou was naked?
And what happened?
Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat?
You hear what he did? He wanted to know, did he eat of the tree of which I told you not to eat of? What happened?
And Adam said, The Ashah whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
At verse 21 of the same book. Listen.
Unto Adam also and to his Ashah did Yahuwah Elohim make coats of skins and clothe them.
So what happened? Why would he do that? Huh? That's right. They had to put off the clothes they put on before were from sin.
Yeah.
So you were just told about taking off and putting off the sin. Why did they take leaves and make clothes?
They sin.
So would it be appropriate to let them keep it? If you're trying to get them away from sin? Nope. So when we teach you about different behaviors you got to get rid of, different things, you got to get different clothing you wear, because it all connects to one behavior. You got it because of sin. So would it make sense to try to teach you and get you away from that behavior to let you still keep that? They had to make them something. See, that's how I understand it. We told her to cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. You got to get rid of that. What do you wear when you sleep? Night clothes. Do you want to wear them out in the day?
No.
You got to change. You don't even want to put them on under what you got. You got what I'm saying? You got to completely take those off, and you got to put on something that go with the day. So what did he do? Since you understand that as a man, it only makes natural that you do that as a man, right? So now you can transfer that over, and you can understand the principles he's trying to get, the elementary codes. Got me? Because now, you know what he told you? Well, let's do this then. Since that's what you wear when you sleep, and you wear something different in the daytime, how about I just leave it day? Make sense? So you never get to put your night clothes back on. Huh? Or we'll say you'll never be able to put back on the works of sin. You got it? He see fit I show you something, since we're going this way. You didn't know it, though. I know you couldn't know it because I didn't tell it to you. Pick me up at the book of Kazum. See if that's 21 and 20. Kazum, they're going to call it Revelation. You might get that little fan over here. I might put in some work today. However Mr. Yahuwah see fit, I tell you what, I'll do it. I don't get but a few hours of sleep anyway. At the end of the day, shoot, this is what I work to do. I love what I do. I got a good employee, take care of me, got great benefits, great pay. Ain't that right? Save my soul alive. Put it in. See if you can understand some things today. So since we understand now, or we got better perception of why they got into sin, this is what I learned. I had a real big fear of I'm going to go out and I'm going to commit sin. Got me? And that fear is going to come in if you neglect or you're not properly taught. Got it? That's how sin going to come. Either you're not taught or you're going to neglect. That's how I commit. That's how it happened. Willingly just I'm not going to pay no attention. You got some people that just go right through a red light. They don't care. I seen people, I've been on a stop sign, four-way stop sign. You'll see one guy, there's one guy, he do this shit every morning. I'm going to catch his ass one day, though. I'm going to catch it. Listen, that best run straight because he know everybody going to stop. He's betting on everybody stopping. His ass shoot straight through the stop sign. As soon as he get, because everybody, it's so many people trying to cover either way. So everybody stopping, everybody watching, trying to wait. Somebody slip, you go. He, damn that, they there just roll. The average person going to freaking stop and hit their brake and keep rolling. And when he roll, he gone. Because they already know you're trying to get his tag number. And if you're going to keep up with it, you're going to have to fly to keep up with his ass. You know what you realize? It ain't worth it. You're going to get off. So you know what you do? You got to let it keep going. You know what you figure? You'll get caught eventually. Eventually, that's what you got to do. And it been times I've been like, I'll just take the time and go catch his ass. But then I'm going to get off on what I'm supposed to be doing. Then you wind up hurting somebody else, trying to go stop somebody that ain't doing what they're supposed to do. And you know the first thing you're going to find out when it do happen, you get in a mess. That when your job in the first place. And now you even further behind because you done got word with somebody that ain't doing what they're supposed to do. And that's what we'll do sometimes. Somebody do it. You know what you think? I ought to do it. I ought to do it. I ought to do it. Shit, somebody else doing it. They didn't get caught. I ought to do it. Just a matter of time. You get caught. That's how you got to be wise enough to realize don't get yourself entangled with what other people doing. You just stay consistent in what you're supposed to be doing. All right? All right, come on, finish this up. Kazum, 21 and 20. Chris, you working?
Yes, sir.
I don't need that looking around like, Brandon, what you doing? Brandon, like, I'm waiting on you. Come on, this is Kazum 21 and 20.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if it makes sense. Listen.
The 5th, Sardox. The 6th, Sardius. The 7th, Crystallite. The 8th, Beryl. The 9th, a topaz. The 10th, Chrysoprase. The 11th, Jacinth. The 12th, Amethyst. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of 1 pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold,
Listen.
as it were transparent glass. And I saw no Magdas therein,
Yeah.
for the Adonai, Elohim, and the Lamb are the Magdash of it.
Yeah.
And the city had no need of the Shemas,
What happened?
neither of the yard
Listen.
shine in it.
Y'all hear that? Why?
For the kabod of Elohim did lighten it,
And what happened?
and the Lamb is the Aur thereof.
What happened?
And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the Aur of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Malakim of the Arats do bring their kabod and honor into it.
Yeah.
And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by Yum.
You said what now?
The gates of it shall not be shut at all by Yum.
Why not?
For there shall be no Layla there.
So what you gonna be wearing? Your day clothes. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? You don't keep working your day job. Some of them got night job. You don't let your night job go. Ain't no night there. You know? See the principle? Because you're going to have to cast it off. What you wore when you were committing sin, you got to take that off. It's time for you to go to work. You got to put your work clothes on now. You got to put on your own. It's time for you to fight. And the fight, you're going to fight the good fight of Amunah. Y'all got it? So you see the principle why he won't let it get night. What happens you think if it got night? They get drunk in the night. Everything you do, you're doing the night. That's why people sneak out to try to do stuff.
Yep.
At nighttime, they can let their hair down. At
That's
nighttime,
right.
they can do other stuff.
That's right.
It's that dodge. It's that feeling that come on them as the sun keep going out. So you know what? I want to take that feeling away from you. You become so comfortable. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So it only makes sense that he will make them something different. And also with that, you know, he'll look at, I'm going to just get rid of night. And you know what I'm doing? I'm going to make the sun stay still. We've seen that before. Right? Way make him stand still, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Y'all got a different. Come on back to this Colossians so I can keep moving. We'll finish up something. Give me that Colossians chapter 2. Jump down about verse 20. We talked about what he left off. What did you leave off in Colossians? 11? Let's see a little more of that. Let me hear that 11 one more time. Before we get 20. Actually, like 21. Listen to the book.
In whom also ye are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands,
See that? Listen.
and putting off the body of the sins of the flesh by the circumcision of Mashiach,
See that? By the circumcision of the Mashiach. What happened?
buried with him in immersion, with wherein also ye are risen with him through the Amunah of the operation of Elohim, who hath raised him from the dead, and you being dead in your sins, and the uncircumcision of your flesh hath he quickened together with him, having forgiven you all trespasses, blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us,
Yeah.
which was contrary to us,
Yeah.
and took it out of the way.
What was contrary to us? What was contrary to us?
Law.
The law. The law was contrary to us. It say don't, we say do. It says stop, we say go. It was contrary to us. It was contrary to us. We would go a different way. Why do you think the man would tell us to draw 9 to him, he'll draw 9 to us? Because it was all contrary. We would do the contrary. He knew what we would do. So it's not hard to figure out a people that's contrary. It's not hard to figure out how to get you to do something. You just have to be crafty. Y'all didn't know that? He knew exactly what he was doing. Exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot smart enough. You'll think you smart. We much too dumb.
That's right.
You much too dumb. We don't know anything. Like the book said, any man think you know anything, you don't know nothing as you ought to know, as you expect to know. We don't know anything. It's been proven time after time. We don't know what we think we know. Right? We're not as smart as we think we are. All right, pick me up at that 20 so I can keep moving. Listen to the book.
Wherefore, if ye be dead with Mashiach from the rudiments of the Arats.
See that? If you be dead with the Mashiach from the rudiment, what do we talk about rudiments were? Elementary principles. What happened? Like, what's elementary principle for us? Baptism. Immersion. What else? Laying on the hands.
Repentance.
What else? Repentance. From dead work. Those y'all know stuff we're talking is elementary.
Yeah.
Those elementary. If you supposed to listen, we already should be past that. We should already be past that. Listen.
Why? As though living in the Arats.
See that? He took you out, you said?
Living in the Arats.
Tell him what happened.
Are ye subject to the ordinances? Touch not, taste not, handle not.
Why?
Which all are to perish with the using.
After the what?
The commandments and doctrines of Anashim, which things have indeed a shoe of wisdom, and will worship, and humility, and neglecting of the body.
So we start looking at, again, you find the same principle here about taste not, handle not. Everybody do it, to perish with it. Now, all these different behaviors we heard about, we will refer to all these things being connected to one tree. Lying, fornication, hypocrisy, adultery, drinking, smoking, anything, cross-dressing, anything, all connected to one tree. All these things he gives us to do. What attracts you to the tree that he told you don't touch? What attracts you to go to the tree that he told you don't touch? Curiosity is contrary. That goes with you. His law telling you not to do it is what makes you go do it. That's the part he got with you. Oh, he set you up. You just didn't know it. Shaul was very smart in his writings of what he just told you. He knew what you'd do. The whole time he knew exactly what you were going to do. He knew exactly when he said that he gave you all the options, he knew exactly what you would do. Because that's what we do. And a lot of times we count ourselves to be smart. We're doing anything the whole time. You wind up looking at, you put yourself into condemnation. You're not smarter than nobody because you commit fornication. People that are stupid, people that are dumb, people that are blundering idiots commit fornication. People that commit adultery are blundering idiots. Y'all got me? None of these people are smart. When you're smart, you are an idiot, ma'am. You are an idiot, sir. You're not smart. You're nobody going to count you as a smooth operator. You are a retard.
That's right.
Simply because you don't have understanding. And these are the people he said he's willing to destroy. Those that don't have understanding.
That's right.
Only reason you think you're smart, you feel like you're smart because of the stupid people you deal with. If people had any sense with you, they'll tell you were stupid.
Yeah.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Kind of insulting, huh? You'll be all right. Let's look at something. Shaphatim. But see, if you don't look at it that way, you're bound to keep going back repeating it. Let me tell you something. What y'all think sisters do to make them feel better about themselves?
Get with other sisters.
Get with other sisters or other people that are pro toward their behavior.
Yep.
Go see a sister and say, hey, I want to, y'all straight guys. I want to try to get with y'all and still be a sister. What they going to say? Get your faggot ass away from round her.
Right.
Get your,
right.
I'm just,
right.
right? Nobody say, well, no, that wouldn't be smart. Well, get your gay ass from around here. What's wrong with you? You think we some sissies? You don't have people looking at us like we sissies. You see that? Yeah. So they're gonna confer, they're gonna get with people that's either gonna sign off on homosexuality or that are homosexual. Right? Yeah. Okay. That's what sinners gonna do. They're gonna get with other people, they're gonna sign off on their sin, or other people that are sinners. Yeah. That's why y'all keep the groups y'all keep. Exactly. Go see who sisters hang with. Nobody talk about it. You know what they tell them? That's cute. I might get me one of them. Ooh, I like your boyfriend. Tell this to another man. Either you're gay or you're pro-gay. You're for gay. Huh? Yeah. Those are the people they're going to get with. You're going to get with people that's going to sign off on your sin. Yeah. They ain't going to pay me for it. You deal with people that are proactive toward what you do. All right. I deal with people that proactive toward what I do. So you tell me you do differently? All right, let's see what happens. This is the 9th chapter of the book of Shaphatim they call Judges. 9 and 1. Listen to the book.
And Abimelech, the ben of Jerubbaal, went to Shechem unto his mother's Achim,
Y'all see what they
and
did?
communed with them,
Uh-huh.
and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the Anashim of Shechem, whether is better for you, either that all the Beni of Jerubbaal, which are 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you.
What happened?
Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh.
See that? What happened?
And his Ames Achim spake of him in the ears of all the Anashim of Shechem, all these Dabarim, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, He is our Ach.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Baal Barith, wherewith Abimelech hired vain and light persons which followed him. And he went unto his Abba's house at Ophrah, and slew his Achim, the Beni of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons upon one stone. Notwithstanding, yet Jotham, the youngest Ben of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself. And all the Anashim of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Milo, and went and made Abimelech Malach, by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem.
What happened?
And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood in the top of Mount Gerizim, and lifted up his voice, and cried, and said unto them, Hearken unto me, ye Anashim of Shechem, that Elohim may hearken unto you. The trees went forth on a time to anoint a Malach over them. And they said unto the olive tree, Reign thou over us. But the olive tree said unto them, Should I leave my fatness, wherewith by me they honor Elohim and Ish, and go to be promoted over the trees?
What happened?
And the tree said to the fig tree, Come thou and reign over us. But the fig tree said unto them, Should I forsake my sweetness and my taub fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said the trees unto the vine, Come thou and reign over us. And the vine said unto them, Should I leave my wine, which cheereth Elohim and Ish, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said all the trees unto the bramble, Come thou and reign over us. And the bramble said unto the trees, If in a month ye anoint me, Malach over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon. Now therefore, if ye have done truly and sincerely, and that ye have made Abimelech Malach, and if ye have dealt well with Jerubbaal and his house, and have done unto him according to the deserving of his hands, for my Abba fought for you, and adventured his life far, and delivered you out of the hand of Midian. And ye are risen up against my Abba's house this yom, and have slain his Beni 70 persons upon one stone, and have made Abimelech the ben of his maidservant Malach over the Anashim of Shechem, because he is your Ach.
What happened?
If ye then have dealt truly and sincerely with Jerubbaal and with his house this yom, then rejoice ye in Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. But if not, let fire come out from Abimelech and devour the Anashim of Shechem and the house of Milo. And let fire come out from the Anashim of Shechem and from the house of Milo and devour Abimelech.
What happened?
And Jotham ran away and fled and went to Beer and dwelt there for fear of Abimelech his Ach. When Abimelech had reigned 3 years over Yasharal, then Elohim sent an evil ruach between Abimelech and the Anashim of Shechem. And the Anashim of Shechem dealt treacherously with Abimelech, that the cruelty done to the 70 sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech their brother, which slew them, and upon the Anashim of Shechem, which aided him in the killing of his Achim. And the Anashim of Shechem set liars in wait for him in the top of the mountains. And they robbed all that came along that way by them, and it was told Abimelech. And Gaal, the ben of Abed, came with his Achim, and went over to Shechem. And the Anashim of Shechem put their confidence in him. And they went out into the fields, and gathered their vineyards, and trode the grapes, and made merry, and went into the house of their Elohim, and did eat and drink, and cursed Abimelech.
What happened?
And Gaal, the ben of Abed, said, Who is Abimelech, and who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is not he the ben of Jerubbaal, and Zubal his officer? Serve the Anashim of Hamor, the Abba of Shechem. For why should we serve him? And would to Elohim this people were under my hand, then would I remove Abimelech, And he said to Abimelech, increase thine army and come out. And when Zebul, the ruler of the city, heard the dabarim of Gaal, the ben of Abed, his anger was kindled. And he sent messengers unto Abimelech privately, saying, behold, Gaal, the ben of Abed, and his Akim be come to Shechem, and behold, they fortify the city against thee. Now therefore, up by Layla, thou and the people that is with thee, and lie in wait in the field. And it shall be that in the morning, as soon as the Shamash is up, thou shalt rise early, and set upon the city. And behold, when he and the people that is with him come out against thee, then mayest thou do to them as thou shalt find occasion. And Abimelech rose up, and all the people that were with him by night, and they laid wait against Shechem in four companies. And Gaal, the ben of Abed, went out, and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And Abimelech rose up, and the people that were with him, from lying in wait. And when Gaal saw the people, he said to Zebul, behold, there come up people from down to the top of the mountains. There come people down from the top of the mountains. And Zebul said unto him, thou seest the shadow of the mountains as if they were on a sheen. And Gaal spake again and said, see, there come people down by the middle of the land, and another company come along by the plain of Meonaim. Then said Zebul unto him, where is now thy mouth, wherewith thou saidest, who is Abimelech, that we should serve him? Is not this the people that thou hast despised? Go out, I pray now, and fight with them. And Gaal went out before the Anashim of Shechem, and fought with Abimelech. And Abimelech chased him, and he fled before him. And many were overthrown and wounded, even unto the entering of the gate. And Abimelech dwelt at Aramah, and Zebul thrust out Gaal and his Akim, that they should not dwell in Shechem. And it came to pass on the morrow, that the people went out into the field, and they told Abimelech. And he took the people, and divided them into 3 companies, and laid wait in the field. And look, and behold, the people were come forth out of the city, and he rose up against them, and smote them. And Abimelech and the company that was with him rushed forward, and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And the 2 other companies ran upon all the people that were in the fields, and slew them. And Abimelech fought against the city all that year, and he took the city, and slew the people that was therein, and beat down the city, and sowed it with salt. And when all the Anashim of the tower of Shechem heard that, they entered into a hold of the house of the Elohim of Berith. And it was told Abimelech that all the Anashim of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech gat him up to Mount Zalman, and he and all the people that were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand, and cut down a bow from the trees, and took it, and laid it on his shoulder, and said unto the people that were with him, what ye have seen me do, make haste, and do as I have done. And all the people likewise cut down every each his bow, and followed Abimelech, and put them to the hold, and set hold on fire upon them, so that all the Anashim of the tower of Shechem died also, about 1,000 Anashim and Nishim. Then went Abimelech to Thebez, and encamped against Thebez, and took it. But there was a strong tower within the city, and thither fled all the Anashim and Nishim, and all they of the city, and shut it to them, and gat them up to the top of the tower. And Abimelech came unto the tower, and fought against it, and went hard unto the door of the tower to burn it with fire. And certain Nishim cast a piece of a millstone upon Abimelech's head, and all to break his skull. Then he called hastily unto the young Ish, his armor-bearer, and said unto him, draw thy sword, and slay me, that Anashim say not of me, a woman slew me. And his young Ish thrust him through, and he died.
That's good. Go ahead. That's good. That's good. You did good now. You did good. That was a lot of reading, ain't it?
Oh,
that says a Christian on that. I like that. I'm just resting. That's right. Interesting about that story, Red. Very interesting about that story. And we'll see how all that'll kind of come into play. Said a lot of interesting stuff when you were reading. A lot of interesting things that you guys, you'll need to kind of know. While we're going, we'll kind of come back and play a little bit from now. I mean, I'll play by memory. Yarum Yahoo, as they call it, Jeremiah. See that 24:1? That 24:1. Listen to the book.
Yahuwah shewed me, and behold, 2 baskets of figs were set before the Magdash of Yahuwah. After that, Nebuchadnezzar, Malach of Babylon, had carried away captive Jeconiah the ben of Jehoiakim, Malach of Yehuda, and the Sherim of Yehuda, with the carpenters and smiths from Jerusalem, and had brought them to Babylon.
What happened?
1 basket had very taub figs, even like the figs that were first ripe, and the other basket had very naughty figs, which could not be eaten. They were so bad. Then said Yahuwah unto me, What seest thou, Yirmiyahu? And I said, Figs, the taub figs, very taub,
Yeah.
and the rasha, very rasha,
What happened?
that cannot be eaten. They are so rasha.
What happened?
Again, the debar of Yahuwah came unto me, saying,
What did he say?
Thus saith Yahuwah, the Elohim of Yasharal,
What did he say?
like these taub figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away captive of Yehuda,
Yeah.
whom I have sent out of this place into the land of the Chaldeans for their taub.
What happened?
For I will set mine eyes upon them for taub,
Yeah.
and I will bring them again to this land, and I will build them and not pull them down, and I will plant them and not pluck them up,
Listen.
and I will give them an heart to know me, that I am Yahuwah.
You all see that? He said, I'm going to give them a heart to know me that I am Yahuwah. What has happened?
And they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim.
Yeah.
For they shall return unto me with their whole heart.
Yeah.
And as the evil figs, which cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Surely thus saith Yahuwah, so will I give Zedekiah, the Malach of Yehuda, and his Sherim, and the residue of Jerusalem, that remain in this land, and them that dwell in the land of Mizraim. And I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the Arats, for their hurt, to be a reproach, and a mashali, a taunt, and a curse, in all places whither I shall drive them. And I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them, till they be consumed from off the land that I give unto them and to their fathers.
That's good. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love it. At the 8th chapter, book of Amos, they'll call Amos, 8 and 1. Listen to the book.
Thus hath Yahuwah Elohim shewed unto me, and behold, a basket of summer fruit. And he said, Amos, what seest thou?
What happened?
And I said, a basket of summer fruit.
And what did he say?
Then said Yahuwah unto me, the end is come upon my people of Yasharal.
What happened?
I will not again pass by them any more.
Yeah.
And the Sherim of the temple shall be howlings in that yum,
Yeah.
saith Yahuwah Elohim. There shall be many dead bodies in every place. They shall cast them forth with silence.
Yeah.
Hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail.
Yeah.
Saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn?
Yeah.
And the Shabbat, that we may set forth wheat,
Yeah.
making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Let me see the 4th chapter of the book of Daniel. Daniel. They'll call it Daniel. Chapter 4. Let's see, about 4 and 6 be fine. Daniel, they call Daniel. Listen to the book.
Therefore made I a decree to bring in all the wise Anashim of Babylon before me,
Listen.
that they might make known unto me their interpretation of the dream.
Listen.
Then came in the magicians, the astrologers, the Chaldeans, and the soothsayers, and I told the dream before them, that they did not make known unto me their interpretation thereof.
Yeah.
But at the last, Daniel came in before me, whose name was Belteshazzar, according to the name of my God, and in whom is the Ruach of the Kodash gods. And before him I told the dream, saying, O Belteshazzar, master of the magicians, because I know the Ruach of the Kodash Elohim is in thee, and no secret troubleth thee. Tell me the kazum of my dream that I have seen. and the interpretation thereof. Thus were the visions of mine
You know
head.
what's amazing too? When he just said that about that Belteshazzar, and they named it after their God. Isn't that amazing? They actually did give these people these names after their God. Isn't that something? That's amazing. That they actually gave these people names after their God. You know what they did to Yahusha? They called him Beelzebub. You ain't gonna believe who that is. He probably been a ruler over the devil. He named they all after their God and said he was over the magicians. Now we know he was a judge of Elohim. And you know people do know, huh? Let's see. Finish.
Thus were the Kazum of mine head in my bed.
Yeah.
I saw and behold a tree in the midst of their rocks, and the height thereof was great. The tree grew and was strong, and the height thereof reached unto Shamayim, and the sight thereof of the end of all their rocks.
What happened?
The leaves thereof were fair, and the fruit thereof much, and in it was meat for all.
Yeah.
The beasts of the field had shadow under it, and the fowls of the Shamayim dwelt in the boughs thereof, and all flesh was fed of it. I saw the Kazum of my head upon my bed, and behold, a watcher, and the Kadash one came down from Shamayim. He cried aloud and said thus,
What did it say?
hewn down the tree,
Yeah.
and cut off his branches, shake off his leaves,
Yeah.
and scatter his fruit,
Yeah.
let the beasts get away from under it, and the fowls from his branches. Nevertheless, leave the stump of his roots in the arats, even with the band of iron and brass in the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of Shamayim, and let his portion be with the beast in the grass of the arats. Let his heart be changed from an ish, and let a beast's heart be given unto him, and let 7 times pass over him. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand of the debar of the Kadash ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the Malkuth of Anashim, and giveth to whomever he will,
What happened?
and setteth up over it the beast of Anashim.
The
This
base?
drink
You said the beast or the base?
basket, over it the basket of Anashim,
Okay.
basset of Anashim.
Come on.
This dream I, Malak Nebuchadnezzar, have seen. Now thou, O Belteshazzar, declare the interpretation thereof, for as much as all the wise Anashim of my Malkuth are not able to make known unto me their interpretation. But thou art able, for the Ruach of the Kodash Elohim is in thee. Then Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, was astonished for 1 hour, and his thoughts troubled him. The Malak spake and said, Belteshazzar, let not the dream or the interpretation thereof trouble thee. Belteshazzar answered and said, My Adonai, the dream be to them that hate thee, and the interpretation thereof to thine enemies. The tree that thou sawest, which grew and was strong, whose height reached unto the Shamayim, and the height thereof to all the arats, whose leaves were fair, and the fruit thereof much, and in it was meat for all, under which the beasts of the field dwelt, and upon whose branches the fowls of the Shamayim have their habitation. It is thou, O Malak, that art grown and become strong, for thy greatness is grown, and reaches unto Shamayim, and thy dominion to the end of the arats. And whereas the Malak saw a watcher and a Kadash one coming down from Shamayim, and saying, whom hew the tree down, and destroy it, yet leave the stump of the roots thereof in the arats, even with a band of iron and brass in the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of Shamayim, and let his portion be with the beast of the field, till 7 times pass over him. This is the interpretation, O Malak, and this is the decree of the Most High, which is come upon my Adonai, the Malak, that they shall drive thee from Anashim, and thy dwelling shall be with the beast of the field, and they shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and they shall wet thee with the dew of Shamayim, and 7 times shall pass over thee, till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the Malkuth of Anashim, and give it to whomsoever he will.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's look at something. Give me the book of Mattiyahu. If y'all need to get y'all something to drink, you go ahead and get it. Y'all need to pay attention today, though. Because I ain't done. Matthias 7:10. We'll be in for a minute. We'll make sure we get clarification. If y'all need to go to work, go ahead and go to work. I'm already clocked in. This is the 7th chapter of the book of Matthias 7:10. Listen to the book.
Or if he ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? If ye then, being evil, know how to give ta'ub gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Abba, which is in Shamayim, give ta'ub things to them that ask him?
Yeah.
Therefore all things whatsoever ye would that Anashim do to you, do ye even so to them.
Yeah.
For this is the law and the Nabi'im.
So now, do the people now what you want people to do to you now. When people turn around and do the same thing back to you now, make sure you good. Listen, he said that's the law now. That book, you know how that law works? Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Hand for hand, foot rail for rail.
That's right.
Now you get it back, that's the law now.
That's right.
Make sure y'all remember. He said that's the law. That's the Torah now. Whatever y'all do, make sure now you good with it. Because that's going to be the law.
That's right.
I mean, I'll come back. Come on, finish up.
Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
And what happened?
And many there be which go in thereat.
What happened?
Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life.
And what happened?
And few there be that find it.
Y'all see that? That is. That's the truth, damn. Few people even find it. How many people y'all know to make it back in the gun?
None.
And a few people can even find it. Listen.
Beware of false Nabi'im.
Why?
Which come to you in sheep's clothing.
But what happened?
But inwardly they are ravening wolves.
Wonder how that worked. Probably gave him the heart of a beast. Wonder how that worked. How would it be inwardly a raven wolf? Would that be the heart of a beast? Confused. Keep reading.
Ye shall know them by their fruits.
How am I know them?
By their fruits.
What happened?
Do Anashim gather grapes of thorns?
What?
Or figs of thistles?
What else?
Even so, every ta'ub tree bringeth forth ta'ub fruit.
What happened?
But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
Yeah.
A ta'ub tree cannot bring forth evil fruit.
Yeah.
Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth ta'ub fruit.
Yeah.
Every tree that bringeth not forth ta'ub fruit
Is what?
hewn down and cast into the fire.
You know what was told to them? If you done right, and it's truly just what you done, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you hadn't, he said, let fire come down from that bramble bush and let it divide you. Let it go ahead and divide you. That's why we went through another red, took everything they had down. He told them, if you done did right, if you done justice to set him all over you, he said, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you had, then you got to pay for what you done. Y'all know that? He said, if you don't, you got to pay for what you done now. That was the man, he told them what was going to happen. He said, you'll get fired, you're going to come for this bramble bush. You know what bramble bush are? They're real pricky. They got a lot of pricks and sticks on them. You didn't know that? That's what bramble bush is. What they came to get on now, they're real pricky. 236, actually apostle. Get me all, ha. They don't call it Deuteronomy. Dabarim, 17, verse 11. He got Acts of the Apostle 236. The other one got me all, ha, Dabarim, Deuteronomy, as they call it, 17 and 11. Listen to Acts 2:36.
Therefore,
do what?
Let all the house of Yasharal know assuredly.
You said let the house of Shechem do what?
The house of Yasharal know assuredly.
Then what happened?
That Elohim hath made that same Yahusha, whom ye have crucified, both Adonai and Mashiach.
So what happened?
Now, when they heard this,
What happened to them?
they were pricked in their heart.
That's what a bramble bush should do to you. It'll cut you. It'll cut you, it'll stick you. Y'all all right? It'll stick you. Look at what happened over here in the book of All Our Heart Dabarim, Deuteronomy 17:11. All Our Heart Dabarim 17:11. Listen to the book.
According to the sentence of the law which they shall teach thee,
Yeah.
and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee,
Listen.
thou shalt do.
Listen.
Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall shew thee to the right hand nor to the left.
See that? What happened?
And the each that will do presumptuously, and will not hearken unto the Kohan that standeth to minister there before Yahuwah thy Elohim,
Yeah.
or unto the Shaphat, even that he shall die.
Y'all see what's going to happen to you? Ain't nothing going to change. Who done set the minister to tell you what to do? And you ain't going to listen. He said, you should die. Listen.
And thou shalt put away the evil from Yasharal.
That's how I get rid of it. Listen what has happened.
And all the people shall hear and fear, and
See?
do no more presumptuously.
Listen, don't be so quick to just run and do something. Now, that's why the book told me, every man, what you supposed to be? Quick to hear, slow to what?
Right now.
You be presumptuous, the law going to get you. You never knew why he told you, ain't it? Don't be so quick to open your mouth. You didn't hear what they told him when they came out, too? He asked them about what was all that mouth. I mean, you said you got a lot of mouth. Y'all didn't hear when they were reading? He talked about all that. When he came out, he asked him, he wanted to know about all that mouth. He wanted to know about all that mouth they had. The book done told him, let your mouth cause you behind the sin now. Need to be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. Listen.
When thou art come unto the land which Yahuwah thy Elohim giveth thee,
What
and
happened?
shalt possess it,
What?
and shalt dwell therein,
What happened?
and shalt say, I will set a Malach over me,
I'm
like
gonna
as
get a
all
tree.
the nations that are about me.
What kind of tree am I get? Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise set him Malach over thee, whom Yahuwah thy Elohim shall choose. One from among thy Akim shalt thou set Malach over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy Aki.
See what they done went and done? It wouldn't take Jotham, though. He said, my Abimelech, and there were 40 of them. He even came to him when Abimelech, whatever his name is, what was his name? Abimelech, when he came, he tried to tell him, you actually want 40 of these people to rule over you versus me? Y'all didn't know why he told him that? You ain't going to believe it. Yahushua came down through 42 generations. They're like they can cut it short and just get one over them. Jotham tried to tell him, go back and look at the record of what me and my Abba did. How we adventured ourselves in all these different things. And you're going to go and you're going to choose him because he's your Aki. You're supposed to tell you whom Yahuwah Elohim has chose for you. But people quick to move fast and get what they want to get anyway. See, he was trying to tell them the only way to get them to understand today, he had to talk to them about trees. Everything he was talking to them, he had to get them something literally they would know. When he came to, listen, had he came to Yirmiyahu and said, do this. Look at these groups of people right here and tell me what you see. I see Yasharal, Yehuda. He said, no, I tell you what I do. Look at these two baskets. Tell me what you see. He said, those are some good ones. I can tell right out them bad. These are the ones I will acknowledge. These are the ones I will cut off. He was calling the people figs. Because he looked at them naturally, you couldn't tell what they were. He said, you see these figs? The ones you see I'm going to keep, the ones that you see that go into captivity, these are those figs, or people. The people that don't do what I tell them, these are those people. These are the people I will consume with the sword. These are the people I will cut off. These are the people I will pursue. Only way to get him to understand it, he had to know about figs and trees. Same thing he asked our moose when he asked him about bringing in summer fruit. You heard what he told him? He said, the end will come upon my people. He didn't tell him about no fruit. He got him to know about fruit first, but then he wanted to let him know, I'm talking about people. See, Adam had to know all this. When he was in the gun, he had to know about what was good and what was bad. Y'all all right? The man just told you about entering in at the straight gate. Told you about the gate. Told you about a straight gate that was restricted, which is actually a restricted gate that don't let everything in it. Y'all got it? Yeah. The wide gate let anything fit in. Restricted, actually. He wouldn't tell you straight, it was restricted. Meaning, if you don't see restricted areas, who can get in that? Only authorized. See that? That makes sense versus a straight gate. Now, that got you thinking of other gates like this. Versus just tell you the truth, it was restricted. The Molly King stayed there swinging the sword. You know why? This is a restricted area. They knew to stop swinging for. It's restricted. See the difference? What was your interpretation of straight? I mean, the other one had to be what? Crooked. That makes sense? Who the hell trying to get a gate like this here? I tell you restricted. I tell you why, because anybody can get in it. Ain't nothing to stop it. That's why these people go to these churches. It's nothing to stop them. Come, all accepted, no judgment, without walls. What did it mean you that? We had walls because it was supposed to be protected. That's why they got church without wall. That's my church. You see what people do? That's why he's trying to show those are the wide gate. Restricted, don't let everything in it. You got to have authorization. You got to have a pass. You got to have authority to be able to get in. You got me? So you understand exactly what you're being taught. Then he went from there and started talking you about people underneath having ravening wolves. But then he told you about the Malak of Babylon. He said, I'm going to give this man a heart of a beast. Underneath, they're ravening wolves too. Huh? Y'all all right? I don't know what to tell you. When I say I don't know what to tell you now, I ain't ran out. I don't know what to tell you about as far as your condition. What does it take to spark you people to actually get your mindset to look at how important for you to pay attention? Because you don't know what you think you know. A lot of stuff I could have told y'all a long time ago, but you really don't know what you think. You just think you know something. You really don't know nothing. You really don't. You have absolutely no idea. This ain't nothing I sparked up on today. This is nothing I'm telling y'all that I sparked on today. I've already known this for a long time. But y'all play around, y'all mess around, y'all shoot the shit so much you're going to shoot yourself right in down there in a burning pit. Because you really don't know. You think you know. I just listen to her and I said, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Sometimes one day I tell y'all something. I said, I'll tell you how that works. I said, one day you see fit, I'll tell you how this works and just how it goes. And show you what you don't know. Y'all all right? Y'all play around, y'all goof around. You ain't got nothing to come to judgment with. You absolutely have nothing to come to judgment with, do you? That don't scare you? That don't bother you? Let me see something. See if that's 25-1. All our hot dabarim. I'm going to say that 25-1. Let's see something. Oh, I want to say that Matthew chapter 3 and verse 5. Listen to the book.
If there be a controversy between Anashim, and they come unto judgment.
No, it might not be 26. I don't know. Is it 26 and 1? Maybe that's, let me see. Let me hear 3, verse 3. What they talk about, they were Syrians. Was it 25, 26? 26? 26. 26 and 1.
26. 26
and 1, fine. 3 and 4 Matthew. Listen to the book.
And it shall be, when thou art come into the land.
There's 26 and 1?
Yes, sir.
Listen.
Which Yahuwah thy Elohim giveth thee for an inheritance, and possess it, and dwellest therein.
Y'all hear what happened? It shall come to pass that what happened now?
When thou art come into the land which Yahuwah thy Elohim giveth thee for an inheritance.
Y'all see that? When you come into the land, who we learn that from?
Abraham.
Coming to the land. Who?
Abraham.
Who do we learn that from? Who do we learn that from? All right, that's good. Who you said? Who do we learn that from? Okay, that's good. That's good. 2 and 6 again, Barashit. Listen to the book.
But there went up a mist from the Arats and watered the whole face of the ground.
Y'all hear what he told y'all? What went up?
A mist from the Arats.
So it went up for people all across the planet. What happened?
And watered the whole face of the ground.
And it watered where in the garden?
And watered the whole face of the ground.
What happened?
And Yahuwah Elohim formed each of the dust of the ground.
You see what he did? He formed each of the dust of the ground. What did he do?
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
And what did he become?
And man became a living nephash.
What did he do?
And Yahuwah Elohim planted a garden eastward in Eden.
And what happened?
And there he put the Ish whom he had formed.
He made the man outside and he put him on the inside. That's why he just told you about when you come into the place. That's why they'd be out of it, because they had to take them and bring them into it. I can't bring you into nothing you're already in. He had to take him out, then bring him in. That's what they did. So you understand the process. Just like us. It wouldn't make sense to come back here and bring us to the place that we're already there.
Right.
It would make sense to bring us to the place if we weren't there.
That's right.
He was declaring the end at the beginning. Remember, the Miami is people. All he just told me were people everywhere. But then he took a man from among the people and put him into his inheritance. What did you hear? What were you listening to? This is what he told you, 26th chapter. That's the way I understand it. Listen to the book, 26 and 1.
And it shall be when thou art come.
You said when you already there?
Thou art come in unto.
Into what?
The land which Yahuwah thy Elohim giveth
You come
thee
into the gun that Yahuwah Elohim give you. What happened?
for an inheritance.
For an inheritance. That was his. It was an inheritance. Listen.
And possess it, and dwellest therein, that thou shalt take of the first of all the fruit of the arats, which thou shalt bring of the land that Yahuwah thy Elohim giveth thee.
And do what?
And shalt put it in a basket.
And do what?
And shalt go unto the place which Yahuwah thy Elohim shall choose to place his name there.
And do what?
And thou shalt go unto the Kohan that shall be in those Yamim.
And he holding me Matayahu 3 and 4. Listen.
And say unto him, I profess this Yom unto Yahuwah thy Elohim.
I confess this Yom. That what?
That I am come into the country which Yahuwah sware unto our Abbas.
The same thing I done would have did. He could have confessed that. And what happened?
For to give us.
And what happened?
And the Kohan shall take the basket out of thine hand.
Yeah.
And set it down before the altar of Yahuwah thy Elohim.
Yeah.
And thou shalt speak and say before Yahuwah thy Elohim.
What you gonna say?
A Syrian ready to perish.
Armenian was I.
Ready to perish.
And what happened?
Was my Abba.
Yeah.
And he went down into Mizraim.
And do what?
Sojourned there with a few, and became there a nation, great, mighty, and populous.
What happened?
And Mizraim evilly entreated us.
And what happened?
And afflicted us.
And what happened?
And laid upon us hard bondage.
What happened?
And when
they gave us jobs. They gave us jobs. What happened?
And when we cried unto Yahuwah Elohim,
what happened?
Of our fathers, Yahuwah heard our voice.
And what happened?
And looked on our affliction.
Yeah.
And our labor and our oppression. And Yahuwah brought us forth out of Mizraim with a mighty hand, and with an outstretched arm, and with great terribleness, and signs, and with
awesome
wonders.
Signs, with acts and wonders. What happened?
And he hath brought us into this place, and hath given us this land, even a land that floweth with milk and honey.
It's rich and sweet. What happened?
And now, behold, I have brought the first fruits of the land, which thou, O Yahuwah, hast given me.
That's beautiful. And what happened? And
thou shalt set it before Yahuwah thy Elohim, and worship before Yahuwah thy Elohim.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. At Matayahu chapter 3 and verse 4, Matayahu, they call Matthew. We'll be through shortly. Make sure you get the principle of it. We're not done, though. Listen to the book.
And the same Yochanan had his raiment of camel's hair, and a leathern girdle about his loins.
Yeah.
And his meat was locust and wild honey. Mm-hmm. Then went out to him Jerusalem and all Yehudah and all the region round about Jordan.
What happened?
And were immersed of him in Jordan, confessing their sins.
You said they were doing what?
confessing their sins.
What happened?
But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his immersion,
Yeah.
he said unto them,
What did he tell them?
O generation of vipers,
Who did what?
who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come?
What you need us to do?
Bring forth, therefore, fruits meet for repentance.
Bring forth your basket. You're a tree. You're supposed to bring some fruit. When it makes sense. They were coming to see it. They're supposed to be coming. You do know who this man was, right? He was a Kohan.
That's right.
This was his mother's cousin's son,
That's right.
whose father was a high Kohan.
That's right.
So he would look at, so you don't know the law. So what were you hearing? You were supposed to come, you were supposed to bring forth your basket with your first fruit tree. Your orders ain't gone when you're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. So why wouldn't you be bringing a basket? Even he told you to appear before him 3 times. You know what he said?
Don't come before
None
me.
was supposed to appear before me empty.
That's right.
They didn't even know, did they? I know you don't know. Too stupid to know. Y'all too busy trying to outsmart me. Exactly. Why would this man be telling these people to bring forth fruit? Who is this man? The Kohan? That wouldn't be important to you, huh? That you're supposed to come to the Kohan in that yum. In that yum, you're supposed to come to him. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous. See if that's a Tahalim. Say that 105. 15, I don't know why. Might be 15 what I want. Let me see something. No. Gotta be 115. Say that 115 what I'm thinking. Let's see 115 and 1. Tahalim, they'll call it Psalms. Listen to the book.
Not unto us, O Yahuwah, not unto us, but unto thy name. Give kabul for thy mercy and for thy Amah's sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their Elohim? But our Elohim is in the Shamayim.
Yeah.
He hath done whatsoever hath pleased him.
See that? That's what he do. He do whatever pleased him. It ain't about pleasing you, making you happy, and your kids happy, and your mammy, and your pappy happy. He do what pleased him. Listen.
Their idols are silver and gold,
Yeah.
the works of Anashim's hand.
Yeah.
They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not.
Mm-hmm.
They have ears, but they hear not.
Yeah.
Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat.
Yeah.
They that make them are like unto them. So is every one that trusteth in them.
See that? Listen.
O Yasharal, trust thou in Yahuwah. He is their help and their shield. O house of Aharon, trust in Yahuwah. He is their help and their shield. Ye that fear Yahuwah, trust in Yahuwah. He is their help and their shield. Yahuwah hath been mindful of us.
Yeah.
He will barak us. He will barak the house of Yasharal.
Yeah.
He will barak the house of Aharon.
Yeah.
He will barak them that fear Yahuwah,
Yeah.
both small and great.
Mm-hmm.
Yahuwah shall increase you more and more, you and your bani. Ye are baraka of Yahuwah, which made Shamayim and Arats.
Yeah.
The Shamayim, even the Shamayim, are Yahuwah's, but the Arats hath he given to the bani of Anashim. The dead halal not Yahuwah, neither any that go down into silence.
Mm-hmm.
But we will barak Yahuwah from the time forth and forevermore.
Yeah.
Halal Yahuwah.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
Might be 105. Before we get there, I want that Matayahu. Tahalim. I'll start at 5. I don't know. Let me see. Mine going. Well, I'll find it. I'll work it. Let's see. 105 and 5. Listen to the book. Tahalim.
105, verse 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye beneath of Jacob, his chosen. He is Yahuwah, our Elohim. His judgments are in all their rights. He hath remembered his covenant forever, the debar which he amar to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Yasakah.
How what you got? Let me hear this 20. This is how I come back. 27:14. Let me get this. Matayahu. 27:14. What verse you left off at?
Left off at verse 9.
Verse 9. This is how we work this in. There'll be a conclusion in a little bit. Listen to the book.
And he answered him to never a debar, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly. Now at that Muad'Dib the governor was wont to release unto the people a prisoner, whom they would, and they had then a notable prisoner called Barabbas. Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whom will ye that I release unto you, Barabbas or Yahushua, which is called Mashiach? For he knew that for envy they had delivered him. When he was set down on the judgment seat, his Ashah sent unto him, saying, Have thou nothing to do with that Tzadok Ish, for I have suffered many things this yom in a dream because of him. But the chief Kohanim and elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask Barabbas, and destroy Yahushua. The governor answered and said unto them, Whether of the twain will ye that I release unto you? They said, Barabbas. Pilate saith unto them, What shall I do then with Yahushua, which is called Mashiach? They all say unto him, Let him be crucified. And the governor said, Why? What evil hath he done? But they cried out the more, saying, Let him be crucified. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this Tzadok person. See ye to it. Then answered all the people and said, His blood be on us and on our children.
Yeah, that's good. Let's hear this Tahalim 105. It's verse 9. Listen to the book.
Which covenant he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Yasakah, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Yashrael for an everlasting covenant, saying, Unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance, when they were but a few anashim in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it, when they went from one nation to another, from one Malkuth into another people. He suffered no Ish to do them wrong.
He did what now?
Suffered no Ish to do them wrong.
What did he do?
Suffered no Ish to do them wrong.
What happened?
Yea, he reproved Malachim for their sakes, saying, Touch not mine anointed.
Have nothing to do with this just man. God didn't know why Pilate wouldn't do nothing. He reproved him. What did he tell him?
Saying, Touch not mine anointed.
Neither.
Do my Nabaim no harm.
That was the tree they weren't supposed to touch in the gun. See how he set you up? He know your stupid ass was going to touch it. So you know what he told you to do? Don't mess with him. I told you he set you up. You couldn't be that smart. You would have never known. I want to come tell it to you till you told me to. What did you wind up doing? He reproved the man. His wife told him don't do nothing. And you saw what he did. He didn't want nothing to do with it. What did you do, Adam? I knew you were going to do it. I knew you were going to do it. Being crafty, I caught you with guile. I told you I didn't know that. I just thought you did, though. You thought you were smart, didn't you? The only way to get you to touch it was to tell you don't touch it.
That's right.
He told you Adam was the false step. I knew when I set you there, I knew what you would do. And he proved it out for me, and I knew how to get you right back to where I need you to go. I told you don't touch the tree again. You'll go right and you'll touch it. And you know what happened? He'll prick you. I knew what he was going to do to you. Yeah, Gotta be something you think you're smart and you're really not, huh? We'll look at a couple other things. Give me the book of Abimelech. They gonna call what they gonna call it? Hebrews. Three and one. Hold that. First Corinthians 15:17. Hold me that Matthew 27:15. Listen to the book.
Wherefore, Kadash Hakim, partakers of the Shamayim.
I want you to hold that for me. We'll come back to that. 1 Corinthians 15:17. I'll come back and pick that up. Don't make no difference how we do it. I say like he said, which is easier? Which is easier at the end of the day? This is 1 Corinthians 15:17. And he holding me in Matthew chapter 27, verse 15. Then I'll come back and I'll grab Abimelech chapter 3 and 1. It don't make no difference. It's still going to come out right. At the end of the day, I'm going to still do it and it's going to come out right. Listen to the book.
And if Mashiach be not raised, your Amenah is vain.
Oh, so bad me up then. Make it 15:13. Listen.
But if there be no resurrection of the dead, then is Mashiach not risen. And if Mashiach be not risen, then is our preaching vain.
No, I want you higher now. Make it 15 and 9. I'll come down. Listen.
For I am the least of the apostles, that am not meet to be called an apostle, because I persecuted the congregation of Elohim. But by the con of Elohim, I am what I am.
Listen.
And his con, which was bestowed upon me, was not in vain. But I labored more abundantly than they all. Yet not I, but the con of Elohim, which was with me.
Yeah.
Therefore, whether it were I or they.
You see what he told you? Now, he talked about laboring. What would he be talking about laboring for us? Huh? What would he be laboring for us? Huh? Plowing? He actually would have been laboring in the field. He actually would have been laboring in the field. That's what he's trying to tell you. That's what he sent them out to do. He told them that the harvest was white when it was ready. He told them the laborers were few. He was telling them about crops, and he actually transferred over by people. He just told you he done labor more than they all. This is what he told you.
Therefore, whether it were I
or
they,
so
we preach.
So we labor. And what happened?
And so ye believe.
So what happened?
Now, if Mashiach be preached that he rose from the dead,
yeah.
How say some among you that there is no resurrection of the dead?
Yeah.
But if there be no resurrection of the dead,
yeah.
Then is Mashiach not risen.
Listen.
And if Mashiach be not risen, then is our preaching vain, and your Amenah is also vain.
See that? And you know what would have gave us hope in resurrection? That's why that's principle. You can't talk to me about resurrection of the dead. You can't talk to a farmer about resurrection of the dead. Don't exist. I take dead fruit that I cut away,
right.
Take seed from, put it in the ground, and I come back with more live fruit.
That's right.
And you're going to tell me there's no resurrection. We won't have this conversation.
Right.
We won't have this conversation. Then there should be no food. It can't be any food. You can't talk to a husband that there's no resurrection. It wouldn't make sense. Because I take live food and I kill it. I take seed from it and I put it in the ground and it come back and give me more live food. You can't talk to me about it. That's why I told you we're not going to have no conversation about that. That's elementary principle for it. Everything that you know, that you were supposed to know. That's why you fought to get out of the field. White people set you up to get you out of the field. White people actually buying farms again, going back. Your little ass keep trying to buy a hut, a one-bedroom condo, where you ain't got to cut no grass. it wouldn't make sense for me not to cut grass or not to have these things going on because this is how I know him. He didn't want to put us in the field first. You've been fighting to get out the field. Now your ass been feeling everything. Huh? And fulfilling everything wicked. Trying to run and get away to escape and look smart, and you've been dumber the whole time.
Yeah.
You're actually smart when you was in the field. Listen.
Yea, and we are found false witnesses of Elohim.
What happened?
Because we have testified of Elohim that he raised up Mashiach.
See that? He's a husband. We'd be lying if he didn't do it. Listen.
Whom he raised not up, if so be that the dead raise not. For if the dead rise not, then is not Mashiach raised. And if Mashiach be not raised, your Amanah is vain.
Listen.
Ye are yet in your sins.
Listen.
Then they also, which are fallen asleep in Mashiach, are perished.
You hear what he just told you? He said the Mashiach be not raised. He said, then you still in your sin. Y'all understand what he just told y'all? If he be not raised, then you're still in your sin. Y'all understand what he just told y'all? No, you don't. Y'all don't understand. You really don't. This is what he told you.
If in this life only we have hope in Mashiach, we are of all unashamed most miserable.
What happened?
But now is Mashiach risen from the dead.
You said what now?
But now is Mashiach risen from the dead.
What did you say again?
But now is Mashiach risen from the dead.
What does that mean?
And become the first fruits of them that slept.
What were you supposed to bring to the Kohen?
First fruit.
You're supposed to bring the first fruits. That's the same thing you learned from Allah Dabarim. Y'all didn't know that? You're supposed to bring it to the Kohen. Y'all all right? Y'all don't know what a woman's stomach look like when she's pregnant, huh? It's a basket. Oh, you fruit. The first fruit. You're supposed to bring it to the Kohen. Put this up in Matthew 27, 15. You can give him 14. 27, 15, 14. Listen to the book.
And he answered him to never a word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly. Now at that feast the governor was wont to release unto the people a prisoner whom they would.
What happened?
And they had then a notable prisoner called Barabbas.
Yeah.
Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whom will ye that I release unto you?
And what did they say?
Barabbas or Yahusha, which is called Mashiach.
Yeah.
For he knew that for envy they had delivered him.
What happened?
When he was set down on the judgment seat, his Ashah sent unto him, saying, Have thou nothing to do with that Tzadok Ish?
Yeah.
For I have suffered many things this yom in a dream because of him.
What happened?
But the chief Kohanim and elders persuaded the
I
multitude.
wonder who would be the chief Kohanim. Would these be the people that you're supposed to bring the first fruit to?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you supposed to bring the first fruit to? I told you y'all don't know what y'all think you know. You just think you do. See, he knew what you would do. Just like Pilate did. I know why you brought him here. Because you're some jealous niggas. He got to know your law to know that. Same way y'all delivered up Yahushua. You did that because of envy. Your track record always show you. He knew what you were going to do. All I had to do was get him there and let y'all get jealous of him. Y'all do the same thing niggas will do. You'll give him up. And you know what you'll do? You'll touch my anointed. I told you don't do no harm. I knew you would do it. Huh? I knew you were going, you'll bring the first fruit. All I had to do was make you jealous of him. You saw you've been set up the whole time. You would have never known that. You weren't smart enough. You ain't no smarter than it was in the gun. You had to be set up. Your law even told you had to listen to what they tell you to do. I knew they would tell you wrong. I told you about your leaders. I told you they err. I told you they stumble in judgment. I told you they'll make all tables do. Be full of vomit and filth and won't be no place clean. I already knew what you were going to do. I know you err in vision. I knew exactly what you were going to do. Do y'all understand? Why do y'all waste time trying to out-calculate somebody that done set you up? Everything you've been doing been a snare to you. Everything you've been doing, he has set you up. How do you think you're smarter than him? When he done set you up this far back in your book and then show you where you've been trapped at. Checkmate. I showed you checkmate before I even moved, and you still sat down to the table. How you thought you were going to win the game? I know what I can do. I can go in. I knew what you were going to do. I already knew what you were going to do. Y'all ever seen that movie before? What was it? Bad Company. With Chris Tucker. Not Chris, what's that boy? Chris Rock. You remember that movie? What game he was good at? Chess. He would set them down there, hit a buzzer every time they move. He got a call from his old lady. He'll play people for $20, beat him for $20. He kept going. He was playing. And while he was on the phone, he had a call. He had to get her to go. His girlfriend said she wanted to meet with him. He said, listen, let's do this. He said, go ahead and give me $20. He said, you're going to do this and I'm going to do this. You're going to try to do this and I'm going to do this. Then it's going to be checkmate. He said, so give me $20 and end it. The guy got up and walked off. Showing you every time he set people down, I set up moves for you to move to trap yourself. He just got ready to go. Usually he'll just go ahead and play and just beat it look like you had a chance. He got a call. He had to get ready to go. So he like, I ain't even got time. Let me show you what's finna happen. This is how this whole game finna go. And you're going to try to do this, and I'm going to do this to you. And boom, boom, and I checkmate you. So give me $20 and let's save some time. The guy got up and walked off. You know what some people do? Okay, I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to seek it out. Okay, you want to lose your $20. He had enough sense to realize, get up and just leave this alone. Go, you're exactly right. That's exactly what I was going to do. The fact that you come here and the double ring hit you and nobody tell me nothing, what did they tell you? Yeah. The fact that you get called out the whole time that you just sitting here, what did they tell you? I already know what he's telling you. I already know what move you're going to make.
That's right. That's right.
You already been caught. Let me see if I can do something else. It's pointless. You're still going to be trapped. Now, let's show them something that they didn't know. 3-in-1, Abimelech. Because all this you already knew. Abimelech 3-in-1. Listen to the book.
Wherefore, Kadashaki, partakers of the Shamayim calling, consider the apostle and Rosh Kohan of our profession, Mashiach Yahusha, who was faithful to him that appointed him.
Now, he done told you consider him. What was he again?
Apostle and High Kohan of our profession.
The Rosh Kohan of our confession. Listen.
Mashiach Yahusha.
Yeah.
Who was faithful to him that appointed him.
Like who?
As also Moshe was faithful in all his house.
Yeah, in the garden, in his garden. Listen.
For this Ish was counted worthy of more kabul than Moshe.
What happened?
Inasmuch as he who hath builded the house hath more honor than the house.
What happened?
For every house is builded by some Ish.
But what happened?
But he that builded all things is Elohim.
We learned that from Bereshit. Listen.
And Moshe verily was faithful in all his house.
Yeah, he truly was faithful in all that. That verily make it sound like he was kind of, you know what I'm saying, stagnated in some way. The book said he was truly faithful in his house, in his garden. What happened?
As a servant for a testimony of those things which were to be spoken after.
What happened?
But Mashiach as a being over his own house, whose house are we, if we hold fast the confidence and rejoicing of the hope firm unto the end.
Listen.
Wherefore, as the Ruach HaKadosh saith,
what you want me to do?
This yom, if ye will hear his voice,
what you want me to do?
Harden not your heart.
You hear what he wants you to do? In the yom, when you hear his voice, he don't want you to harden
your hearts,
which means he's going to give you the heart of a beast. Listen, what else he going to tell you?
As in the provocation.
In the provocation. What else?
In the yom of temptation.
And when?
In Bamidbar.
In the wilderness? When I hid behind the trees? When he came to get me? You know who hide behind trees? Other trees. You didn't find that fascinating that he put them in the wilderness? Where do you put trees at? I told them they're not smart. I know y'all not clever. Where you put trees at? Where would you put them, Dave? He put them in the wilderness. Where else was you going to put them? All right. Put them in the garden. He put them right out there in the wilderness. Where else you going to put the trees at? Why do you think Adam and Kor actually went to the trees? Huh? Let me show you how it works. Pick me up in the book of Oriel. Yehukanan 1:44. Yehukanan. One and 44, they'll call it John. I tell you, they don't know nothing. They just think they know. It's all new information. I just came up with it. Listen to the book.
Now Philip was of Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Cuff. Philip findeth Nathanael and saith unto him, We have found him of whom Moshe in the law and the Nebi'im did write, Yahusha of Nazareth, the ben of Joseph. And Nathanael said unto him, Can there any told thing come out of Nazareth?
What happened?
Philip saith unto him, Come and see.
Only made sense. He was inquisitive. You see how he got him to come? Actually, it wouldn't make no sense to come. Ain't nobody good in Nazareth. Wouldn't make sense. And you saying you found. I want to see this. Listen.
Yahusha saw Nathanael coming unto him, and saith of him, Behold, the man of Yasharal indeed, in whom is no guile.
Y'all see that? What happened?
Nathanael saith unto him, Whence knowest thou me?
Yeah, when you know me? I don't remember meeting you. Wow.
Yahusha answered and said unto him,
What did he tell him?
Before that Philip called thee,
What you do?
when thou wast under the fig tree, I saw thee.
What kind of lead were those that they made clothes with? What did he say?
Nathanael answered and saith unto him, Teacher, thou art the ben of Elohim, thou art the Malach of Yasharal.
You could recognize me? You could recognize me over there here behind a fig tree? I blended right in with it and you seen me. That's what they sold to get them made clothes, didn't it? Don't worry about it. This is dangerous for us. It's dangerous for us to actually not know what we're supposed to be doing. But the only way to get us to understand what we should be doing was to get you in a position where you can see how things operate that obey. To show you how he actually does things. See, to put Adam there, he was trying to teach him something. I need you to watch how things work that obey what I tell them. When it doesn't, I need you to kill it. I need you to cut it off. Y'all know that? Look at Matthew chapter 3. At verse 7. Matthew 3 and 7. Listen to the book.
But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his immersion, he said unto them, O ye Tuledoth of vipers, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come? Bring forth, therefore, fruits meet for repentance.
The first fruits. That's why I told you to repent. What word? Listen.
And think not to say within yourselves, We have Abraham to our father.
Yeah.
For I say unto you, that Elohim is able of these stones to raise up Beni unto Abraham.
So what happened?
And now also the axe is laid unto the root of the trees.
Adam would have known that. There's no reason to keep the stumps. You're going to have to completely kill it out. Cut it off. He said he's going to lay the axe to the root of the tree. I got to kill the whole matter where it come from. If you leave it and leave root, you know it can start budding back out. Mm-hmm. You can cut a stump. You cut a tree down long enough, you won't get back to full head, but it'll start shooting some other branches out the side.
That's right.
And the book told the same thing when it came down the book of Yeshayahu, the 11th chapter. He told you a stem was going to shoot out of it. Out of the rock, it's going to shoot out a stem. Mm-hmm. So he knew exactly what he had to do. We're going to get you to start saying, I'm going to lay the axe to the root of the tree. I get down to the very nitty-gritty of where this comes from. Listen what else he told you.
Therefore, every tree which bringeth not forth Ta'u, fruit.
Wow. Every person not productive? I say every person. He said every tree. Why would he tell me every tree? Because you were in the garden. You should know what trees supposed to do. If it ain't bringing forth fruit, kill it. Listen.
It's hewn down.
And what happened?
Cast into the fire.
And you know what you were told in the 9th chapter book of Shaphatim? If you truly done what Elohim told you, you'll be good. But if not, let fire come down from the bramble bush and devour you. He needed the trees to hear that. That was the only way to get you to understand it. All I had to do was get him a marshal about trees. That's what he was trying to tell when Daniel talked to the Malak of Babylon. That's what he was trying to get him to realize. When he had the dream and it troubled him. That tree was bearing forth fruit. And that was a tree about Yahusha. Because he was bearing fruit too. And you know what he told you about that tree? What did he tell y'all about that tree? You said what? They all came to large Jonah. You know what else he told y'all about that tree? He said in it was meat for all. He said in the tree. He told you whose seed is in itself. He said in that tree was meat for all. You know all that actually did happen? Yehukanan 19 and 19. Before you get me that 19 and 19, you get me Matthew chapter 26 and about 49. Let's get that first. Matthew, I got to work this thing out. It's all good. When you write it down, $26.49. Yehukanan. $19 and 19. It's beautiful. Let me see how I want to do this. Matter of fact, give me 19:19 before you get me Matthew 26 and 49. Listen to the book. Yehukanan they called John, 19 and 19. Listen.
And Pilate wrote a title and put it on the cross. And the writing was Yahusha of Nazareth, the Malak of the Yahudim. This title then read many of the Yahudim, for the place where Yahusha was crucified was nigh to the city.
Listen what happened.
And it was written in Abari, in Greek, and Latin. Then said the chief Kohanim of the Yahudim to Pilate, write not the Malak of the Yahudim.
But do what?
But that he said, I am the Malak of the Yahudim.
Tell her what happened.
Pilate answered, what I have written, I have written.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now y'all got to look at something else you got to learn. Y'all got to learn something else you missed too. Come on and give me that Matthew right quick. 26, 49, then you're going to get me, get me the book Oriah 23, 9:23. Oriah they call Luke. I made a statement, if I'm going to clear it up, they're going to say I'm false. Thank you, Mr. Yahuwah. I'm going to prove it out. Don't worry about it. She's just fat. Parents, y'all know, I just want to say, I want to apologize, but I don't want to apologize. Some of you kids are fat. That's not necessarily just talking about Cam's son. All right? Or Shani with the big leg. Or Austin Jr., AJ who can't close their lips. I ain't never seen a baby can't close their lips. Every time I said, Bill, I was like, how your kids stay on ready to eat? I want to get like a little tape, a little sticky. I push their lip out there. It don't work. Listen.
And forthwith he came to Yahusha and said, Hail, Adonai, and kissed him.
Listen.
And Yahusha said unto him,
what did he say?
Friend, wherefore art thou come?
What happened?
Then came they and laid hands on Yahusha and took
Y'all
him.
see what happened? Then came they and laid what now?
Laid hands on Yahusha and took
Stand
him.
up for a second. I'm just stand right there for a second. Just stand right there for him. Then took they, he'll be similar to what I'm going to use. Listen.
And behold, one of them which were with Yahusha stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the Rosh Kohan and smote off his ear.
Yeah.
Then said Yahusha unto him, put up again thy sword into his place.
Tell them why.
For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
So what happened?
Thinkest thou that I cannot now palaw to my Abba?
Pay attention. He said, y'all don't think I can pray right now to the Abba. And what happened?
And he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of Malachi.
But what's your problem, son? Why are you not doing it?
But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled?
That's what you got to think about. Scripture got to be fulfilled. So talk to me, son.
That thus it must be.
Thus it must be.
In that same hour,
What happened?
said Yahusha to the multitudes, are ye come out as against a thief with swords and staves for to take me?
What happened?
I said daily with you teaching in the Magdash, and ye laid no hold on me.
What happened?
But all this was done that the scriptures of the Nabaim might be fulfilled.
See, he said all this was done because the scripture of the Nabaim got to be fulfilled. So what happened?
Then all the Methodis forsook him and fled.
Let me tell you what happened. They laid their hands on him. They shook him. His fruit fell off. That's why they put their hands on him. He said, I've been seeing her data. Everybody had been lodging under him. All of a sudden, now they put their hands on him. That's what they all had to sit back. That's why it took him a minute before he could answer. Because he had to make sure he saw it right. He saw the tree, and he saw the one calling down from Shamaim, and he told her, he said, shake it and let its fruit fall off. You ain't going to believe what the trees do up in Shamaim. 12 manna. 12 manna fruits. All of them forsook him because they shook him off. And you worry about going to Christian church, somebody tell you about an ass shaking some dirt off his back. The book told you that the trees, they bring forth about 12 manna fruit.
Yeah.
He had 12 manna fruit with him.
That's right.
Because he was a tree. So when they grabbed him, they were shaking him. And the rest of them left him. Then he all said, it took him an hour before he could answer. Didn't take me that long, did it? I told you I don't know what you're thinking of. You're just thinking of something. You actually don't know it, though, do you? Look at 9:23. Orion, they call Luke 9:23. I'll get ready to let y'all go. Henceforth, when I get finished, let no man trouble me.
That's right. That's right.
It's 9:23 or Orion, they call Luke. This is what he told you. Now see if your memory any good. Because I made a statement earlier. My boss ain't going to be wrong. Listen to the book.
And he said to them all.
Who, you said the what now?
And he said to them all.
Probably when he was getting ready to go and fight. Tell what Abimelech said.
If any east will come after me.
What you want him to do?
Let him deny himself.
And do what?
And take up his cross
Take
daily.
his bow.
Daily.
And do what?
Follow me.
That's what Abimelech did. He told him that. He took a bow and he cut it from a tree and he put it on his shoulder. And he told everybody with him, do as I did and follow me. That's the only way in 236, 37 they could be pricked in their heart. I told you it had to be the Bramble bush. They're real pricky. See, if you search the scripture, you've been thinking you had eternal life. The whole thing been talking about him. But just like Joseph tried to tell you, but you won't come unto me that you might have life. He told you, if you've done truly, if you've done right now, you ain't got to worry about that. But if not, let fire come down from the Bramble bush and let him devour you. That's why when Yahushua come back here, even Yahushua gonna try to tell you, say he gonna burn this stuff with unquenchable fire. You know who gonna do that? The Bramble bush. If you done right, you ain't got to worry about it. That's how important it is for you to have a teacher. And have somebody to rule over you. But you're not supposed to sit over him at all except whom Elohim have chosen. So I know y'all don't be knowing that. So what would be the purpose of him telling you that if any man, what he told me in 9:23 again, see if I got any understanding. Because I'm kind of slow. And he said to them all, you think Abimelech, was it Abimelech? Abimelech. So who you think would talk? Just some of the people with him? He'd have said this to everybody with him. And what he would have told them?
If any east will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me.
So when he took that bow and pulled it back, what you think it looked like? Everybody that would follow him had to do it. People that heard this would know the law. You said a point of view to have this. So what were you thinking when you've been reading this? What were you thinking? How many of y'all don't remember when he told him when he cut the bow and he put it on his shoulder? I see some of their faces. Pick them back up. Was it the 10th chapter? 10th chapter of Shaphatim.
9.
It's still in 9.
Chapter 9.
Chapter 9. Jump down. I thought we might have went to 10. Got to be down, what, about 20? We want to make sure y'all got it. I don't want nobody to throw you off after this point. People get you off. The Christian idealists. You take all that you got today, take it to the Christian church, tell that man to do something with this. They're going to be 5, 10 years, he's going to still mess it up. His ass going to come up with huckleberry pie. Now, when you heard me talk about some pie, listen to the book.
Verse
What verse
1.
one? 48? Oh, 48, thank you. Again, 46. I didn't realize we went down that far. All right, 46. Listen.
And when all the unashamed of the tower of Shechem heard that, they entered into an hold of the house of the god of Berith. And it was told Abimelech that all the unashamed of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech gat him up to Mount.
You hear that? That all of them had gathered together. You see that? So that all these people had gathered together. Listen what happened.
And Abimelech gat him up to Mount Zalmon.
Who y'all think this was? This was Yahusha. That's what they had to do, because the place was not everybody was there. All of them had gathered themselves together. And this is what happened.
He and all the people that were with him.
See that? He and all the people that were with him. What happened?
And Abimelech took an axe in his hand
He took an axe in his hand.
and cut down a bow from the trees
See that? And he cut down a limb from the tree. And what did he do?
and took it and laid it on his shoulder.
And laid on his shoulders. So how he going to hold it? He going to put it on his shoulder. He can get it and hold it down here. He laid on his shoulders. And tell me what happened.
And said unto the people that were with him.
He said to, you say he said to everybody?
To the people that were with
He
him.
said to the people that were with him.
What ye have seen me do,
What you see me do,
make haste and do it as I have done.
hurry up and do the same thing, just like me.
That's right.
So now when you read this, you got to understand it now. So when he said to them all, who was he talking to? Those that were with him. Everybody that was with him. His conversation makes sense at 8:23, 8:30 of the book of Yochanan. This is what he said. See, people always want to take stuff and try to tell you he was talking to everybody. Don't let nobody make no fool. He was talking to people that were with him. Listen to Yochanan 8:30. See, Christian idealists, they always think he's talking to everybody.
Yep.
The man was only talking to the people that were with him. All the other people had gathered themselves against him. Why would he be telling them to do that? He was talking about the people that was with him. Listen to 8:30 of Yochanan, so it can bear record. Listen to the book.
As he spake these Dabarim,
Yeah.
many believed on him.
Y'all see that? As he spake these Dabarim, you know what? When Abimelech said, well, I don't know why I keep saying
Abimelech.
Abimelech. Why did I keep saying Abimelech? I don't know. Abimelech spake, guess what? They had to believe him too. Listen what happened.
Then said Yahusha to those Yahudim which believed on him,
If you do what?
if ye continue in my debar,
Then,
are ye my Mathetis indeed?
and you're going to do what?
Ye shall know the Amat,
And
the Amat shall make you free.
that's what we're talking about. See that? He was talking to them that was with him. Y'all got it? All right. Come on, let's see what we got over here. What I got y'all holding? Well, I got something for you. I'm going to get ready to let y'all go. We'll finish out here. $13.47. Got to do that. Been a long time. Been a while. Now, I want you to get it for me first. We'll come back, we'll finish him. Give me the book of Aleph, Malachim, let's go, hold on, dude. Beth, Malachim, it's going to be 2 Kings. See if it's 6 and about 17, 6 and 11. I'll call it Beth, Malachim. You don't call it 2 Kings, 6, and about, let me see if 11, what I want. I just got to do it this way. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got to get it the way I give it to you. This is Beth, Malachim, 6 and about 11. Listen to the book.
Therefore, the heart of the Malach of Syria was sore troubled for this thing. And he called his servants and said unto them, Will ye not shew me which of us is for the Malach of Yasharal? And one of his servants said, None, my Adonai, O Malach, but Al-Yahu, the Nabi that is in Yasharal, telleth the Malach of Yasharal, the Dabarim, that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. And he said, Go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, Behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host. And they came by Layla and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the Ish of Elohim was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots.
Pay attention.
And his
a host compared the city, both for horses and chariots. What happened?
And his servant said unto him,
What did they say?
Alas, my Adonai,
what?
How shall we do?
Listen.
And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us
is what?
Are more than they that be with them.
Y'all hear that? That be with us or more that be with them. Listen.
And Al-Yasha palawed and said, Yahuwah, I palaw thee.
Do what?
Open his eyes.
What happened?
That he may see. And Yahuwah opened the eyes of the young Ish.
Y'all hear what happened? Y'all hear what happened? Listen.
And he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots, of fire round about Al-Yasha.
Yeah.
And when they came down to him, Al-Yasha palawed unto Yahuwah and said, Smite this people. I palawed thee with blindness, and he smote them with blindness, according to the debar of Al-Yasha.
That's beautiful. Mark chapter 8 at verse 23. Overhaul me 1347. Matayahu. Smitty, warm it up. Smitty, we got another order. It's a wrap. And they would let Austin and Karen was saying, my people. Let my people go. Listen to the book.
And he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes, he put his hands upon him. He asked him if he saw aught. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees.
What
walking.
happened? Ho. What you saying?
And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking.
What happened?
After that, he put his hands again upon his eyes and made him look up. And he was restored and saw every man clearly.
I say he seen him right the first time. All they did was just smite him back with blindness. See, everybody know this. 1347 so I can get out of here. I told them they don't know what they think they know. You don't tell me he seen wrong and they seen fruit for people. Joseph came up and told them about trees, asking somebody to rule over them. And I'll say he done told him he see men in a tree. I say he seen right. He just had to smote them with blindness. That's how I see people. I see men as trees. Where's someone get fruit from? Listen to the book.
Again, the Malkuth of Shamayim is like unto a net that was cast into the sea.
What happened?
And gathered of every kind.
Yeah.
Which when it was full, they drew to shore, and sat down and gathered their ta'ub into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the Arats. the Malachi shall come forth and sever the wicked from amongst the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire.
What are you talking about burning, putting in the fire? Wicked people, branches, trees that didn't produce any fruit. And they're going to come along, they're going to serve because they're going to be harvesters. That's what the Malachi are, they're harvesters. This whole time you've been sitting down here, the whole time why he been leaving the wicked and the just together, because he told them, let them grow together. In the day of harvest, I'm going to separate them. He see the same thing I see. I see men as trees. That's all you ever been. You've been trees, you've been fruit. And some of you haven't been producing. So he's sending the harvesters in, they're going to know exactly who to get. Listen to what he told you.
There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Because I'm going to cast them in the fire. And guess what? These are going to be people that truly know you hadn't done right. You'll be able to judge yourself, no, you haven't done right. Where else you going? Listen.
Yahusha said unto them,
What did he say?
Have you understood all these things?
And what did they say?
They say unto him, Yea, Adonai.
See that? They say, yeah, we understand it. Did y'all understand what y'all heard today? Did it make more sense to you? That's what he said. Listen.
Then said he unto them, Therefore, every scribe,
This is for everyone that's going to try to get away with Old and New Testament done away with. Listen.
which is instructed unto the Malkuth of Shamayim, is like unto a Ish that is an householder,
Which do what?
bringeth forth out of his treasure,
Some things what?
new and old.
Ain't no way in the world you can get rid of the law, could it? That's good. Give you him. Wonderful.